Hi. So tonight I want to talk about a few ways to better your relationship. So, whether you've been dating someone for a while, currently live with a partner, or are a part of a long married couple, you might be seeking ways to better the relationship you have. Unlike some love stories and romantic comedies in which all is resolved after one or two conflicts, maintaining and thriving a thriving relationship takes some effort, but it doesn't have to be difficult. With the daily grind of responsibility and frayed nerves, it's understandable why dealing with a partner's issues falls to the bottom of your list. Just keeping up with all of life's responsibilities, work, kids, family, friends, neighbors, your home, it's a taxing, and many of us are plain tired, especially during difficult times. It's easier to avoid facing your stalling relationship problems and intimacy issues. There are a few tried and true methods that work to improve relationships. Be a good listener, carve out time together, enjoy quality sex life, and divvy up those pesky chores. While these have been proven effective by relationship experts, you can also branch out to these seven unexpected ways to bond and enhance your relationship. So get to know someone better by spending time apart. It sounds counterintuitive as a way to improve relationship, but take a break from your partner. Everyone needs their own space and quality time outside of a relationship. Dating and marriage counselors remind us that you deserve breathing room and time to yourself. You know, they don't always have, you don't 24/7 have to be with your partner, you know, because, it's just not fun when you're always constantly around them. It's important that spaces in a relationship. When intimacy collapses into fusion, it is not a lack of closeness, but too much closeness that impedes desire. Our need for togetherness exists alongside our need for separation. Thus, separation is a precondition for connection. This is the essential paradox of intimacy in sex, because you need time to your own for personal growth and to maintain independence within the confines of a relationship. While individuals flourish, the relationship itself benefits. In fact, it's key to successful marriages. Whether that means reading alone or taking a walk in the park, do it. Or maybe you want to attend a workout session with a friend. The outcome is your partner's bothersome habits will trigger you less and less. You'll find yourself feeling refreshed and being more patient. Your special partner has time to miss you also. You bring more to the relationship itself by stepping away regularly, prevents your time together from growing stale. Instead, it allows for curiosity, more interesting conversations, and growth. In effect, taking time apart will and live it live in the relationship dynamic. Consider these things before you break up with your partner. Go to sleep at the same time. Perhaps you've already read that most American adults are not getting the 7 to 8 hours per night of healthy sleep they should be. But did you know that going to bed at different times negatively impacts you and your partner? For a healthier relationship, head to bed at the same time every night. There are night owls and early birds who live on different schedules, and then there are those who work in bed while the other is watching Netflix in another room. Whatever the situation, synchronizing your bedtimes. According to some research, scientists said 75% of customers go to bed together and have less negative effects. Sleep patterns and report more conflict and less conversation and have less sex than those who go to bed together. This doesn't give you the go ahead to dive under the covers and scroll through your TikTok or your social media while you're both in bed. No. Research shows that couples are impacted by screen time. A research survey found that people are bothered by their partner's time on mobile devices. 55% of people who are married, living together, or in a committed relationship say their partner is distracted by their cell phones when trying to have a conversation with them. 4 in 10 people are at least sometimes bothered by their partner's cell phone usage frequency. How routines can improve your relationship can be vulnerable sometimes. You have to dig deep to be vulnerable. Couples may find it surprising, but if each one becomes curious about one's own blind spots, discovers them, and then it's courageous enough to share that vulnerability, it can help create a deeper intimacy. You know, just come out. You don't have to be scared of it. A blind spot doesn't necessarily mean it's a fault or a weakness, but rather a deeply held belief about oneself and about how a relationship is supposed to work or how love is expressed. The belief is so deep we don't even realize we have the connection there. Hence this term blind spot. What is an example of a blind spot, you ask? In a relationship? So, for example, one partner might discover that their tendency to micromanage people is actually related to their fear of abandonment, controlling the schedule of a loved one as a way to never be alone. Sharing this with a partner can be the first step into your new relationship, a new pattern. This should be a loving process, one that builds trust, not one that causes shame. Create a novel experience, although eating your favorite pizza every Saturday night and incorporating rituals in your life strengthens relationship. Boredom does creep in. Therefore, you should shake things up. Pepper your routine with unpredictable date nights and moments of fun. Continuing with spontaneity many years into a marriage is important. According to relationship experts, you know, that 5 simple steps to take your marriage from good to great is based on findings of a ground-bearing study that followed 373 married couples for over 20 years. She's found that many spouses felt like they were in a rut. If adventurousness dates like rock climbing or learning a new language are out of the question, can you buy a trampoline or do something unexpected? Maybe you can find other ways to bring excitement to your relationship. Some say to focus on novelty, variety, and surprise. Research shows that after weeks of interesting dates, participants rekindled their love and the couples felt closer. How to be spontaneous in a relationship? Surprise with little things, small gestures. Keep the spark alive and remind yourself and your partner you are thinking about them. Happy couples are kind to each other. Giving or volunteering to help out is a plus. In fact, acts of kindness are powerful, and those that are unplanned tend to fuel overall well being. Honor your partner's love language. For example, they hug you because they value physical touch. You'd be even happier if they cleaned up the living room or spent more time doing the dishes or spent more time away from their desk because you value acts of service and quality time together. In a relationship, learn how you can show your partner your love is in a way that your partner values. Show them that you like to touch them, what you want. So, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, ways to surprise your partner. Bring a mug of coffee to bed, volunteer to do one of the chores, or send a provocative text, hug your sweetie pie, meet your loved one at work, gift your partner with a chocolate, leave lingerie on the bed, make eye contact and actively listen, wrap up a small gift, pen I love you in lipstick on the bathroom mirror, leave a cute sticky note on the front door or car steering wheel. Fight better. While nobody wants to argue with someone, they love disagreement. In fact, healthy. It's how you fight, and if you fight fairly and constructively, that matters. One researcher says he spent 40 years as a researcher and clinician studying over 3,000 couples, sheds light on how to develop a more loving style of disagreement. The worst thing you can do is roll your eyes and show contempt. So what works, you ask? Soften the startup. The emphasis is on your tone and intentions. Speak softly and gently. Politeness goes a long way. What's key is to speak without blame. Avoid a defensive or critical remark which can cause a conflict to escalate. Edit what you say. Don't blurt out every negative thought, especially when you discuss touchy topics. Remember that you love the other person and maintain respect. Offer repair attempts. A repair attempt is a statement or action meant to diffuse an argument. This could be using humor, touching the other person, or offering an empathetic or caring remark like, "This must be difficult for you to talk about." You could also find common ground, like saying, "Well, we have different approaches, but we both want the same thing," or offer signs of appreciation throughout the difficult conversation. In this guy's book, The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, um, he says, repairing attempts a secret weapon of emotionally intelligent couples. Research shows the successful or failure of couples repair attempts is one of the primary factors in whatever a marriage is likely to flourish or flounder. Focus on the positive. Healthy and happy marriages often offer a rich climate of positivity. For every negative interaction during a conflict, a stable and happy marriage has 5 or more positive interactions. So try to offer 5 times as many positive statements in your discussions, including your arguments and disagreements. For example, a happy couple will say, "Well, we do laugh a lot," instead of "we never have any fun." Share a loving story. While it might surprise you, reminiscing can help enhance your relationship. Conversations that start with "remember when" and trek down memory lane about your first date, your first home, and your funny memories that led both of you back to the good feelings of your partner will be reminded of why they fell in love with you in the first place. Another way to repair and improve your relationship is to show appreciation for certain traits your partner possesses. Always add anecdotes to demonstrate these amazing traits, because high stress levels can lead to disconnect and tend to focus on negative stories and what your partner is not doing. If you're feeling unappreciated, appreciate others. Retain your attention on connecting and positive stories. This is surprising but impactful techniques can help you improve your relationship. Interesting enough, research shows it is not personality or compatibility that keeps couples together. Instead, it's how a couple interacts, how they speak to each other, how they get along with each other, and if they focus on building a relationship together that creates successful relationships. So, those are a few ways on how to strengthen your relationship.